Hey guys, Foxdrop here with my first vlog that I'm ever doing. I don't usually do vlogs, I've never done a vlog before, and the reason for that is because it's not really my sphere, like it's not really what I do. I usually just do like gameplay commentaries and stuff like that. I just talk and you hear my voice, but you don't see my face. And the reason I'm doing this vlog is because I have had some things, don't really know how to put it, so we'll just say things for now. I've had some things which are kind of hard to put into videos. They're kind of like the miscellaneous stuff, and so I thought I may as well just make a vlog out of some of these things because it's the easiest way to like get them out to you guys. I could just like slip them into a video somewhere, it doesn't really work, and it's not very reliable, or I could stick them on my Facebook for example, which is cool, but I don't really have very many followers on there. It's another shout out to my Facebook, so you can go check that out as well. I don't really have very many followers on there, so it doesn't really reach too many of you guys, so I thought why not do a vlog, why not start doing random videos like this, random vlogs. And what I want to talk about in this video, in this vlog, is Udyr. I get a lot of trouble for saying Udyr, so maybe I should say Udyr, but whatever. I'm just going to say Udyr just to make you all rage. So Udyr, I was thinking he got changed recently, and Udyr was pretty good in Season 2, but the new jungle changed, which made him not so good, or it kind of lessened his effectiveness slightly, and then they reworked him, and there are new items and stuff which are all pretty good on him. So I want to talk a bit about Udyr's build, like how to play him, how to build him, because I've been thinking a bit about it, and there's some kind of interesting stuff which I want to talk about. So first off, I'm going to say what he was like in Season 2. So in Season 2, with Udyr, you just built like a utility, like a support tank basically. You ran around. His playstyle was very similar to like Shyvana and Skarner, not quite the same, but very similar to it, which is kind of why he like fell off in Season 3 as well. Didn't fall off as hard as the other two did, but he was kind of fell off a little bit because he had a very similar playstyle. Like he would just run around and counter jungle, he would just get in oracles and stomp everything, and he was faster at AoE clearing than he was at single target clearing. So when they changed the jungle, they changed the oracles, and they changed all the playstyles, and then more wards flying around and stuff like that nowadays too. Those kind of junglers fell off, and specifically with Shyvana and Skarner, it happened worse to them because they got nerfed as well basically. So they not only did their playstyles change, they actually got nerfs, which didn't help. Now for Udyr, for the build, you'd run something like I said, a utility tank. So double gold per 10 was quite popular towards the end of Season 2, but before then it was just like you get Heart of Gold, you'd get Wit's End if it was Phoenix+Tiger. Well, it was really the only way you could play him in Season 2, or it was the best way to play him in Season 2. Wit's End, Aegis, and Mertreads was like the core build, and then maybe you'd get like a Frozen Mallet or a Phage you'd shove in there as well for the slow. So that was kind of like his build. And then, so that's kind of like how you built Udyr, like just like a support tank. Shredder's was a nice item on him as well, but you know, you get the idea, it was like that. And then when Season 3 rolled around, like I say, he's not as good anymore because of the playstyle changes, and when he got reworked, he's good now. He's good. Udyr's a good jungler now, so I'm talking a bit about how you can build him. There are kind of two different paths you can go with the new jungle, the way Season 3 is done. You can go Tiger and Phoenix, and they're both not, like, Tiger is not as bad now as it was back in Season 2, as far as jungling goes. And you can go either one. There are some, like, benefits, obviously, for picking one over the other. And I'll just say that Tiger Udyr, for example, is very, very good at dueling. He has a lot of upfront damage, a lot of sustained damage. He's very good at dueling other junglers, and he has a high amount of he destroys people basically. And especially with some of the items you'd get, like a Bladed Rune King is really good on Tiger Udyr. Like, it's perfect for him. The AD is really nice. The active is really nice. It's just it's a great item on him basically. And also the way they changed Tiger stance very recently to now do physical damage instead of magic damage, which really hurt Udyr's lane, because it was very hard to like counter by a strong Udyr, because he would do magic damage to you, even though he was also doing, like, he had a very good spread between magic and physical damage, which meant that you were doing like hybrid damage to the enemies. So they couldn't just buy like cloth armors or chain vests and then nullify it, lowers your damage like you could do with pretty much every other bruiser top. So that hurt his laning, but it made his jungling better, at least in my opinion. It made it better. And Black Cleaver is actually a very nice item on him now, because the stats itself are good, but more importantly the shred is really nice, because Black Cleaver shreds whenever you do physical damage to someone. I'm pretty sure that's how it works anyway. So like, for example, Pantheon's E, every time you hit someone with your E, every time it ticks, you're shredding that armor. So say your E hits 4 times. I believe it hits 4 times. It might hit more, it might hit less. But just say it hits 4 times. You'll then get 4 stacks of Black Cleaver on the enemy. And Tiger Udyr's dot does the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If that's not how it works, it doesn't really matter anyway, because you punch so fast regardless, so that Black Cleaver is still a good item. But if that is the way it works, which I'm 90% sure it is, but I just have to cover myself a little bit, then it's even better on him. Like, really good. So that's kind of how you build Tiger Udyr. Then outside of those items, you just got tanky. You always need to be at least somewhat tanky on Udyr. So like Randuin's is the perfect Udyr item, and then, you know, like Aegis, Shreddius is good, Locket is really good too. Just items like that. Frozen Mana would be cool as well. But Phoenix Udyr is something which is really interests me, because in my opinion there were like, I think I go so far as to say there were maybe only 2, maybe more, but 2 really good ways to build him. And the first of those was a very similar build to Season 2, which was you would just be a pure support utility tank, very similar to how like the current meta is anyway. So things like, Spirit of the Ancient Golem is really good for all Udyr, so even for Tiger Udyr, just because perfect stats, helps you clear, gives you tenacity. Everything you need on Udyr you get there, and it also means you can then get like Boots of Swiftness as well. And Boots of Swiftness is really good just because Udyr really needs that move speed. And so if you don't need tenacity, you can then get Boost of Swiftness, so you're just running around smacking everything really hard. But something which is also cool, I really like variety in champions, right? So different rune pages, different builds, I really like that kind of stuff. I think that's awesome. Like, it influences really like nice playstyles. And so if you don't need the Merc Treads, you can get loads of different boots on Udyr. Like, honestly, you can get Boots of Swiftness. This is if you're getting the tenacity from Spirit of the Ancient Golem. You can get Boots of Swiftness, not Merc Treads, anything but Merc Treads. You don't want to stack tenacity. So Boots of Swiftness, Boots of Berserker Greaves, that's the one, Berserker Greaves. So extra attack speed, because why not? More damage, yeah? Why not? Like, it seems really bad on the surface, but honestly, why not? Just get Berserker Greaves. Ninja's Habby, really good as well, for making you even more durable, or just Moby Boots, because Moby Boots are really good on junglers nowadays anyway. So you can get all of those stuff, which is nice. You can't say that about most champions where they have like 4 different boots they can build. And you can get Merc Treads as well. Like, if you don't get the tenacity, you can then get Merc Treads as well. So, you know, you can get loads and loads of different boots. I mean, this is like Paris Hilton heaven. All these different boots that you're allowed to buy. It's as far as Udyr is concerned, it's really fun to have all those different item builds. And then outside of that, though, you can either just be like utilities, so boring items like Randuin's Aegis, Shurelya's Locket, like I was saying before for Tiger Udyr, you can just go flat out like that, and that's fine, you can do that. But this is something which I thought was really cool, and that was the Frozen Fist item. The reason why I thought that was really good is because the way they changed Phoenix Stance is that now when you first smack someone, you activate Phoenix Stance and you punch someone in the face, your first hit like engulfs them in flames. So it's basically a Sheen effect. Like, if you think about it, you press your button, you press your key, and you get extra damage on your next hit. That is a Sheen effect. It is exactly the same as Sheen. So why not get a Sheen item? Because then your Phoenix stances just do so much damage. And the reason why Frozen Fist is the best way to do this instead of going Triforce. Triforce is kind of wasted stats when you're just going for like a utility. Frozen Fist has so much utility in it. Like the AoE slow it has CDR, it has mana. Don't underestimate mana as well, because if you're spamming stances, you'll run out of mana quite quickly. So it has mana, CDR, armor, so it makes you tanky as well. It's a really nice item overall as far as the stats are concerned. And then you get this Sheen proc, and it's an AoE Sheen proc, which is what Phoenix is anyway. Phoenix is AoE damage too. It's like the perfect item if you think about it. It's a perfect item on Udyr. But there is one downside to this. Sorry, I should mention before as well, is that you'll get, not only does your Phoenix like synergize really well with the Sheen proc from your Frozen Fist or Iceborne Gauntlet, I suppose I should say, you can have like 100% uptime on Frozen Fist, because you can just roll out your stances like 24/7, have a new stance every time your Sheen's up. You press a new stance, you're not going to run out of stances to use, so you can do that all the time. You just get perma slow from your Sheen, your Frozen Fist, and even more damage. But sorry, going back to what I was going to say before then, The only downside to doing this is the cost. Frozen Fist is an expensive item, and when you're playing a jungler you don't get a lot of access to gold. But there is another but to this but, like a double but here. Sounds like a really weird porno, but if you're playing Phoenix Udyr, you can farm everything like really quickly, because Phoenix clears so quickly, a lot faster than Tiger. Tiger is really slow at clearing, and in order to clear he needs to use a lot of mana. Phoenix doesn't have to do that and he clears faster anyway. So if you're clearing really quickly, you can farm up everything, and then you can go lane tax or whatever you want to do. You can farm up really heavily, something like similar to how Hecarim needs to do, Nocturne needs to do those things, and they can afford the more expensive item builds because they can farm. Udyr does the same thing. So if you can farm like that, you can afford your Frozen Fist. If you're not being able to do that, to have access to all that gold, then you may want to lay off it because it's not worth having the Frozen Fist because you can't afford it. And like in competitive play, if Udyr sees competitive play, then I would be surprised if people built Frozen Fist on him, just because I don't think they'd get all the gold. It's very similar to why you don't see Black Cleaver on Jarvan or something like that. They don't build these damage items because they have a role, they know they don't have that much access to gold, so they have a role, not too much gold, and they just buy support tank items. I think it would be the same for Udyr when you see him in competitive play as well. And there's no reason why you wouldn't see him. I think he's a good jungler. You definitely see him in competitive play. People just need to like pick him up and learn him and stuff like that. So that's really what I was kind of thinking. All I wanted to say about it is the Frozen Fist item being really good. And I want to say as well, Wit's End still is a pretty good item. I don't think it's as good as it was in Season 2, but all these like attack speed items are actually really nice on him. And if you didn't go Spirit of the Elder Golem, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, sorry, and you want tenacity but you don't want to get it in the boots, Zephyr is still a good item as well for Phoenix Udyr. It's probably pretty good for Tiger as well. I mean, that gives AD, CDR, gives attack speed, and most importantly it gives some move speed alongside the tenacity, and move speed is really nice on Udyr, like perfect. It's like the ultimate stat on Udyr. So if I were just to give you guys some runes and mastery pages for him, then I would say for Udyr I would get a attack speed, Phoenix Udyr I would definitely go attack speed reds, move speed quints, armor yellows, magic resist level blues. That's what I would run, something very similar to that at least. For Tiger Udyr though, I would either go AD reds, I'd get the armor yellows and the magic resist level blues, very the same as you would on Phoenix, but I would either go AD reds or armor pen reds. And then I'd either get AD quints, sorry, maybe armor pen quints, but maybe not, or move speed quints. If you want to be an absolute beast early on, just go AD kind of thing. That's a really strong rune page, but you don't have to do that, and you will be missing the move speed if you do not take it in the quints, and you do need move speed on Udyr. So that's what I would say. And for masteries, I would go definitely. I don't know, you could either go 921 on Phoenix Udyr, you definitely want 21 points in defensive though, or you could go like 0.21.9 probably, that would be another good page. Tiger Udyr though, you may be able to get away with 21.9, maybe, probably not, but you might be able to. 921 again would be a safe page, you couldn't go wrong with that. I would probably stick to some points in offensive though. The armor pen will really help you now that your Tiger stance does physical damage, and the way you'd be building him anyway when you're going Tiger Udyr. So I think that's what I would run. But I think that's all I really wanted to say about this. Let me know what you think about these vlogs, because obviously this is like new territory for me, so I don't know if you'll even enjoy them. Now looking at this is like 14 minutes long, so I've kind of blabbered on for quite a while, but you guys are kind of used to me blabbering on, I guess. And this kind of helps me fill the void a little bit in my videos, because recently I've had a lot of problems with low recorder. My recording itself, like I found a fix for it, but the recording is kind of gammy. It's dropping frames left, right and center, and it's really annoying. It's giving me like 40 FPS or even down to like less than 30 FPS, which is really bad, and it makes for awful videos. Like, I've got a recording of a Sejuani game that I did, but when I was watching it back, I didn't realise how many frames I was dropping, and it's really bad quality. And I also have a montage. I'm making a montage. Well, this is kind of secret, but I suppose I've kind of said it now. There are plans for a montage with someone, and I'm recording like the 30-second clips, and I'm getting really bad frame rates, and I'm pretty sure it's the latest patch that is doing it, or like something to do with the fix or something like that. But anyway, I was moaning about how long I'm blabbering on, and I'm blabbering on some more. So yeah, but basically these videos just kind of help for the little void there. So thanks for watching this vlog, guys. I hope you did find it entertaining, useful, educational, I don't even know, but so that's all. I'm finished talking now. If you like this video, you can head over to like my Facebook and like my Twitter and stuff like that on my Nook if you want to do that, because I do need some more followers on there. It'll be really nice to do that. Like 4paws, House of Top Lane, friend of mine, is, probably guys would know of his channel. He has like 20k subs and like 2k followers on Facebook, and I have like 800 followers and like 27k subs. It's not on, guys. We need more followers than 4paws. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did like it, and I'll see you in my next video.